Hello. It's currently 8:05. At the moment it's 8 degrees Celsius. With a low of 9 degrees. And high of 9 degrees. Looks like it'll be a cloudy day.
Cloudy day. Great. Hello and welcome along to Local Lockdown Photography Part 3. Things are looking up a bit for us here in Inverclyde. We've now been moved to Tier 2, but the problem we've got is that every other local authority around about us is still in Tier 3, so we still can't leave a local authority. Today I got up nice and early for sunrise, but everything was really dark and cloudy outside, so I just left it. It's about 10 o'clock now, so it's starting to clear up, so I'm going to go and see what I can get. I've no idea where I'm going today. I'm just going to drive around the town and basically stop wherever I feel like, to be quite honest. It's quite windy today as well, so I might get a couple of long exposures. And one thing about today's video is everything's going to be done in one take. So any shots that you see, I will literally take one image of it. Normally you take a few just to make sure everything's right, but the whole point of this video is to make sure, try and get it done first time, and make sure everything's in focus and the composition's right, etc. So every image you see will be done once. There'll be no multiple images. So as I said, I'm not sure where I'm going to go. I'm going to take a drive around and we'll see where we stop. Better get going. So the first shot I'm taking is down in Gourock, and behind me here we have the old Admiralty Pier, but it's not that I'm actually going to take a shot of, because I've seen loads and it's been kind of done to death. There is a small bit of the pier which is broken off and a bit away from the main part, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to isolate that and kind of go for something quite abstract. So I have set up behind me for a long exposure. I've got a 10 stop filter on it and I've got an exposure for about, I think it's a minute and a half. I've also got my cable release here. So remember, this is going to be first go. So I've made sure it's in focus, quite like the composition. I'm literally going to hit the switch and stand for a minute and a half and see what the outcome is. There we go. Right, so that's the first shot taken. And the problem with long exposures at this time of the year is that the sun can go behind a cloud, or it can come back out from behind a cloud, and it's changing really quickly. So sometimes you can end up with a shot that's either overexposed or underexposed. but I didn't have too much trouble there, so all I've got to hope is that I'll get the shutter speed right. So I'm going to jump back in the car and go for another wee drive around and see what else we can come across. Maybe take a wee pop down to the Clough Lighthouse as well, because I've not been there yet since we've been doing the videos, so I think that's what we'll do. We'll head down there and see if there's anything we can get there. I really hope you can hear me. It's extremely windy, so what I'm trying to do, the sun's basically just gone and lit up the whole foreground just now, so I'm just trying to get into a position where the waves overlap the rocks, keep the light in the frame, and then hit the button. I'm just going to show, Jesus, I'm just going to put a 6-stop filter on it just now, and probably not wise because it's so windy, it'll probably end up out of focus, but I think that's a shot. If I can hold on to the tripod long enough, I might be alright. So I'm going to stick the 6-stop filter on, take one shot, then I'm going to go, because it is absolutely, it's absolutely wild, so right, I better go. So I'm back at the car and my feet are absolutely soaking. 2 waves there just washed right over the top of them, so I'm soaked. But I actually think I had a look at the image there on the back of the camera, and I actually think I get quite a decent shot considering the way the wind was and the fact that obviously it's just one take. But I've got to say I'm glad to be back at the car. Next place I'm going to go is just a couple of miles down the road to a place called Wemyss Bay train station. It's a beautiful old train station. It's like something from the old holiday catalogues if you were going to a seaside resort. So I'm going to down there, I'm going to find an image there. I'm thinking of trying to get a train moving in the shot, just to create that blurred effect, which means for a one-time take it's really going to have to be it's really going to have to be pretty perfect. But no matter how it turns out, then I'll let you see. It might take a bit of waiting around because I don't know what time the trains are or what platforms they're on, and the platform I'm looking at has really got quite a nice big bend in it. It's really nice. So we'll head down there and we'll see if we can get another image. Right. So I am in Wemyss Bay train station and the platform here is behind me, and I'm set up with a 78200 just trying to get the bend of the platform, and I've just realised that I don't have a filter ring, so the idea for blurring the train isn't going to work. However, I reckon if there's people walking towards the train when it arrives, I can maybe blur them and make quite a nice black and white shot, as if people are in a hurry. So train's arriving shortly. So that's my plan. A couple of people walk towards the train if possible, and then try and make it look as if they're in a hurry by slowing the shutter speed down, keeping the train and everything else in focus, but having the people a wee bit blurred. So one take, here we go. Well, not going to lie, that worked out pretty perfect, if I'm honest with you. I'm really quite disappointed at the fact I never had a filter ring to blur the train, but the two gents with the suitcases that passed just before the train had left were absolutely perfect timing, right in the middle of the platform as well, so I'm chuffed with that. I'm now going to go and meet my partner Laura for a bit of lunch. It's only about 11 o'clock or something, so I'm going to go have a coffee, something to eat. And I was going to head out for sunset, but the weather forecast to get pretty poor, so after I have lunch I will then wait until blue hour and have one more night shot, and then that will sum up my days full of photography. But so far this morning, been pretty happy with what I've had. It's been quite good fun just making sure that everything's right when you only have one shot to take, so it's been a bit different. So I'm going to head for lunch, and then I'll have one more shot in the bag hopefully tonight. Right, so the sun's just set, but maybe 5-10 minutes ago, so we're kind of coming into the blue hour now, and I'm up on top of an embankment at one of the community gardens trying to get a view over the top of Greenock. However, there's two shots I could take. I could take a panorama of the nice view, or I could zoom in to the road and try and get the S trail on the main road, which is a little bit different. So I'm in two minds, and obviously this is a one take, so I've got to make up my mind as to what one I pick, and I only get one try at it. So I'm going to have a look at both on the screen and see what fits best, and then give it a take and see what happens. Right, let's see what we've got. So that's me back at the car, and the last shot you saw there was a panorama over the top of Greenock. I think it came out quite well. Obviously you guys will have saw it. I've really enjoyed today. It's been different because I can only take one image, and if I make a mess of it then it's my own fault. What I've also noticed as well is that I tend to look more and analyse. If I see two compositions and I'm analysing one and saying no, that one's definitely better. So it's better than going out and shooting something that realistically you're never going to do anything with. So it's been really good from an educational point as well for me. But that's me for tonight. Hopefully this will be the last lockdown or local lockdown photography that you have to see, and I'll be able to travel somewhere else very, very soon. But thanks very much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, then please hit the like button, and if you really enjoyed it, then hit subscribe as well. So thanks very much, and I'll see you all later.